Hello everyone, my name is Atharva and this week I have chosen the project PocketBase. So basically why I wanted to choose PocketBase was something about the language which it uses. It uses Go on the backend, which I have not used yet in my other projects. Along with that, the front end is Svelte, which is also something new for me. And it uses NoSQL on the backend, which I have used, but that is something which we can handle. So basically, what I thought was who are the users of PocketBase? So there would be like two kinds of users: technical users and non-technical users. So for technical users, they generally prefer to use SQL commands basically. So like they do not like to use the UI. So I thought let's create an SQL terminal which is integrated in the PocketBase UI so that they feel that they are using a terminal to and run SQL are running SQL commands there. And for the non-technical users, they don't want to see the SQL terminal. They'll be like frightened with it. So there is another AI query generator which like shows them how uh, how to run the commands, and that's how it is. So let me go through the different features which I have generated. So let me first take you through the logging page. So let me just log in. So this is the ad. This is basically how the pocket base looks. So these are the four different functionalities which I have added. So let's start with the AI query generator. So this is basically for the people who are non-technical and they just want to run a query but they don't know the query. So we'll use the power of AI to show them the queries. For example, let's take orders, and let me just grab a query and let's put that query here. So for example, show me pending orders over $100. So just it's a normal natural language query. You'll just click on search. So what it does, like it sends an LLM call and gets you a proper filter based on the pocket base. So as you can see, this is the filter which is used by the pocket base. But if you just want to see an SQL query, what it would look like, so here you can see that, and you can run it and you can edit it as well from here, or copy it to the clipboard as well. So this is what the query looks like. You can just like click on seeing collection and it will automatically put that query here and show you the things which exact filters and the things to data points which were there. So basically that's how it does. So this is how the AI query generator works. Now the SQL terminal which I was talking about. This is like an SQL terminal, completely SQL terminal. Here you can see the schema. Like for example, users have this, employees have this. There, these are some of the categories. So let's try something like select star from orders. Okay. So we have here orders and this is like how it goes. So you'll just oh sorry, yeah. So this is you'll just run it and the query runs here. So this SQL command is converted into APIs and that's how it runs. So as you can see, you got all the queries generated. But now you are on the SQL terminal, but like you want to create a new table or something. So you can just use SQL query, but something better is here. So here you can just add AI prompt to create a table for tracking inventory or something like that. So let's just put that table here. So we have added a created table for tracking inventory with product name, warehouse location, and quantity. So it's generate, and here you can see the generated SQL query and the collection inventory created successfully. So if you go down here, you will see that the inventory is created already. So that's how it done. Now I'll show you something interesting. Okay, create a table named USA with states and capitals columns and populate it with real data. So here sometimes we just want to create some mock data, so you can just create a table and populate with real data that is all 50 states. So once I click on generate and execute, it will generate an SQL query there, which will like create a table name USA with all different like states and its capitals. So this is a good way of creating mock data. So this helps like when you are testing some of the features in when you are creating different applications on PocketBase. So as it is like 50 states, it takes like some time, and you can see that the creation table and insertion, and there are 50 rows inserted. So let's see. Let's just delete this and select star from USA. Okay, let's run it. So here you can see that all the states have been added here. So now you can just copy as a JSON here, or like export CSV. So the CSV is downloaded automatically, or you can export as JSON as well. So that's how it works. So here, from here you can see the history as well. So like what was the last command you run, and like the create table. So last 50 commands are stored here. That's how it is. Then the next feature which I added was a dashboard. I thought like what we are doing, let's see what happens on the front end. They have this locks page, but like it is very chaotic and it has some filters, but it does not look that good. And so that's why there was a dashboard which was required, because uh, it does the logs does not track everything. So here we can see the total number of requests, the average latency, the error rate. So some of the queries failed because like there was no specific data available or something like that. And we can see the database size as well. So this is like for the last 24 hours. You can see the request over time, then the latency percentiles, and along with that top endpoints. Like example, API metrics corrections was the top endpoint here. You can refresh it from here, and you can see for the last 1 hour as well. So like what we have been doing, like how many requests we are putting, and this is like the latency of what is happening here. Let's see last 6 hours. So like it properly updates it, and this is how from here you can see all the collections, and you can go to the collections, which takes you back to the collections. Along with this, I checked on the this GitHub repo that there was no import data. Like generally we have data in either in CSV format or JSON format. So here there was no way to upload data directly. There were some third party things, but like having something which is like an inbuilt thing makes sense, right? So like we just select the collection here, and you can just upload a file here. For example, let's upload the employees here, and you will see that the name, email, and department have been added here. And like this is just the data preview of what we added, and we can change the delimiter based on the type of the file we have and everything. And we'll just continue here. So this is like the preview, and here we have like name, email, and department, and we can choose manually, or we can just auto detect here. So it will like properly detect it, and we'll just click on start import, and import completed successfully. Like 25 records were imported, and we can view that in collections. So this is how the import functionality works. So this works for both CSVs and JSON. So this was one of the feature which was missing on PocketBase, and I think this is quite useful for adding data directly, because I feel like using UI to do that is a very tedious job. So that is how that is my project till now, and it was quite interesting project. I was